Started on that couch, couldn't catch my breath. Rob's got that stoke voice, Ben's coaching best. Emma joined the crew, brought balance to the mess. From zero to hero, community blessed. And we are live, that's how we start. 3 voices strong, 1 beating heart. Couch to coach, we're building art. Every step we take, we're playing our part. Keep running, that's what we do. Keep running, me and you. Keep running, through and through. Keep running, the whole crew. Keep running, dreams come true. Keep running, I'm talking to you.
And we are live on a Tuesday evening. This might be our new home. A Tuesday.
He's frozen, isn't he?
The Monday night. Wow. Have I frozen?
You did. I think you're back in the room now.
Oh. So Tuesdays are potentially the new day that we are going to be recording the live. It's still beginning out on a Wednesday, hopefully, the Strava and the Five of the listeners. And the main episode will still begin out on a Friday, but we might be recording on a Tuesday. We will keep you...
Going to confuse the hell out of everybody. Episodes on a Tuesday, being recorded on a Wednesday, going out on a Friday with 5 listeners on a Wednesday every other week.
Well done.
We have had 50,000 downloads as well. We've reached that milestone, and we put something on Instagram today. Listeners, because we only do it for you guys. If we didn't have any listeners, there would be no point in doing the podcast. So thank you to you guys, you listeners.
Would you not come and do the podcast if we didn't have listeners?
No, I'd probably just give you a call.
I wouldn't want to have a call.
Easier. It'd be a lot easier. I wouldn't have to do all the editing. I wouldn't have to worry about that and pulling out, the hair that I've got left, pulling that out when I have to take out all the background noise and everything.
I don't buy this thing about all the editing because we're seamless.
Okay. Okay.
Apart from when there's the odd swear, they get bleeped out, don't they?
Yeah.
There is a bit of that, yeah. I might put a bit of
It's not just this. It's not just the transitions. It's all the background noise that I have to take out.
Like me chomping on chocolate eggs.
Yeah, which can be a bit of a nightmare. Not so much recently. We've all got a microphone now, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But how are you both?
Tired.
Emma? Tired.
I'm okay.
Is that...
I'm okay, actually.
Are you tired because of your running?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll come on to that in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through that.
So, shall we talk about his running? May as well start. Where is mean to go on? We may as well start talking about his running. Do you want to go first, Emma, this week?
I don't mind. Do you want me to go first? Who went first last week?
I think it was me. Was
it?
I can't remember. I think it was.
Okay. Oh, big yawn. Right, let's
Rob,
get in.
Before we do it, Rob, do you sense a bit of reluctance to go into that this week from Emma?
I don't know, but I think she's tired and she's yawned. I'll have to edit that bit out. Talking about being seamless. It's massive yawn. Edit that bit out.
Don't edit that out. That was just me being me. And I think it's important that we are ourselves. Tired, yawning, swearing, the works. Anyway, what day was last Monday?
Monday.
It was Monday.
It was Monday.
What day?
23rd, was it? 23rd?
I need a bit of help tonight, guys.
I can't remember.
I think I get the feeling Emma's should leave and come back.
No, I'm here. I'm in the room.
It was the 23rd. My car was in for its service, so that's how I remember it was the 23rd.
Okay, right. I'm ready. Okay, so I did CrossFit, didn't I? Last Monday.
You did.
So I mentioned that before we did the podcast last week, and you know what? I enjoyed it because on the Tuesday I actually had DOMs I could feel that I'd done it. And I enjoy that. I like when you wake up the next day and your muscles hurt, you know that strength work, what you've done, has actually had an effect. So yeah, that was good. I'm definitely going to go again. I didn't go yesterday, but I'm going to try and do that on a Monday.
CrossFit, as in like proper CrossFit.
Yeah,
like
it's in
bars
a
and pull-ups and all sorts.
Yeah, it's in a CrossFit studio.
Interesting.
Is that in Congleton? Is it Heart Zone?
No, it's actually a CrossFit studio, so it's called Fierce Spirit. It's near to Heart Zone. It's around the corner, but it's Heart Zone's only 25-minute HIIT sessions, whereas this is 45 minutes, and it's more strength. And I want to do more strength because obviously that's really important. So I feel like I'm going to gain more from that, and I'm going to try and do that every Monday. Didn't go yesterday because obviously I'm a bit exhausted at the minute. But yeah, that is something that I want to try and do on a Monday.
So what's happened to Chris? What's happened to Coach Chris if you go in there?
Nothing. I still see Chris. That still happens.
She's getting a CrossFit coach as well. That's the next thing she'll be saying. Yeah, got a CrossFit coach.
I just need a bit more. I think.
More.
Yeah. But it's like I say, the Heart Zone sessions are 25 minutes, so it's a great cardio HIIT session. You get your heart rate up there, but I need more strength. So it's a session that I can go to on a Monday where I can get that. Okay, so that was Monday. Tuesday, I had on the plan easy 60 minutes, and I went for a club run, and I was trying my best to keep my heart rate nice and low, and I managed to keep it in zone 2 for 66% of that run.
Did you have something on Tuesday? I didn't have anything on my thing for Tuesday.
I must have, because that's what I did. Or maybe I just decided that's what I was doing.
I didn't have anything on my plan for Tuesday last week.
Well, that's what I did. I must have just allocated that to myself.
Here we go.
Okay.
That wasn't throwing you under the bus, by the way, Emma. I genuinely didn't have anything on my plan last Tuesday. So I know we had Wednesday onwards because Wednesday. But
I'm not throwing you under the bus, but I've just done it.
It was a genuine question. I asked because you said I had it on the plan. So I was like, well, have I got it on the plan?
I put it on my plan because I hadn't ran on Monday. So I wanted to run on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, last week we kind of agreed a plan, but I think you did have a rest day, but you went for that run, but you didn't run on the Monday. You did your strength, so that's fine. By the by.
Okay, so then on Wednesday, I think we did have a plan then, and it was easy 40, and I went out and did 40 minutes, and I really struggled to keep my heart rate low. And on my run, and this is the one I messaged you about, Ben, I was like, every single K, I got slower and slower to try and keep my heart rate low. And it wasn't until I got home and I was thinking, what's going on? Why is my heart rate so high? We exchanged some messages, and I was during my period last week. So we put it down to my heart rate was being high, and I didn't know that had an impact. So you gave me some advice, and I think I got let off having a zone 36% in zone 2, even though I went nice and slow.
I think to like look at that run in actual, like your pace really did drop off like every mile. I know you work kilometers, stupid kilometers, don't you, at times? Mm-hmm. Your heart rate was quite high. But yeah, we did exchange messages. The route itself that you were on, it looks like it was laps by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, that's because there's a local legend that I wanted to get back that someone stole off me when I was on holiday.
She was going around local legends, weren't feeling it, which is fair. But the route itself wasn't particularly challenging. So I think when you said and your message to say that does being due on your period have an effect, of course we need to have a look at what it does to all sorts of things, really. Obviously saps your energy, it affects glycogen storage, it obviously contributes to fatigue. So you are in a position where, you know, you can take into account what's happening personally. And this is anybody really. It goes for people that might have bad sleep. You can't have every run being absolutely perfect. And that's not what it's about, really. Your body is still getting a workout. You're still ticking the workouts off. You're still staying consistent, and you will still have got a training stimulus from doing that easy run. But I think what we kind of said to you is you've got to give yourself permission to, well, not be so hard on yourself. Just say to yourself, you know what, you've gone out and done it, and your energy will come back. But we need to make sure that if that is something that you can predict, that we could be more cautious when planning your workouts.
It's not
diet,
something
nutrition.
that I do track, and I don't really monitor as well as what I should. So I think I need to be more aware when it is that time of the month and what's happening, and being aware of how that impacts my body and what to look out for. So I think I should make a conscious effort of making notes and seeing how I feel different from what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, and I mean, this is why a lot of modern fitness trackers, they do track menstrual cycles, and I think it's something that you could play into with really detailed coaching. I think one of the things you'd look at is, you know, if we had more time and we were going into real detail and looking at all of the data that comes through these trackers, if you are due on your period, then we wouldn't be, let's say, for instance, planning a hard interval session. We'd probably say, well, actually, do you know what? 1 week of every month, you're potentially having a bit of a deload week. Or we're not putting that difficult session in, not because you can't do the difficult session. We don't want to push you to a point of too much fatigue, because we run the risk of overtraining and injury, but also it's a real big knock on the confidence. If we didn't know this and we sent you out to do a session on that Wednesday and you went out and did that session but really struggled, knowing your type of personality, you'd have been really hard on yourself. And it's important that we are aware of that, and we can change the plan week by week, day by day, to suit what's going on.
And that's the bonus of having a coach, because if you've got a training plan off the shelf, so per se, you would have a training plan. There was no fixing it. Whereas you spoke to Ben. Ben said, "Yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why. This is what we're going to do. We're going to swap the sessions around, so you've got an easy session the next day." And that's the bonus of having a coach, and that's what we talk about, isn't it? When you've got a coach, you've got that one-to-one input from that person. Whereas if you get a plan off the shelf, it's quite difficult to mix and match. And you know, when menstrual cycle, when you're not feeling it, when you're feeling more fatigued, you sleep. So you had experience of that a couple of months ago with your sleep being disturbed. So
and that's back. I've been waking up in the middle of the night again. So maybe that's what.
Maybe Australia's having an impact as well, because you've just over the last couple of weeks. I suppose that's massive impact. 24 hours traveling and the time difference, and that's going to have a massive impact on your sleep and potentially have a massive impact on your training as well.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm hoping I have a good sleep tonight, because I've had a rest day, so I'm feeling rested. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. So it's interesting though, because then I started to think, right, I need to change like my mindset a little bit with these easy runs. And I thought, well, being competitive and the way I am and the way my mind works.
Are you competitive? Are you?
I don't think we've
never spoke about that. I would never have guessed. Never. That vibe does not come from you at all, Emma.
No,
I don't know if anybody else agrees.
Would never have picked up on that.
So what I decided to do is give myself a little bit of a competition. I don't think I told you guys that I was doing this, but I was like, on my Strava now, when it's an easy run, I'm putting how much time I've spent in easy, like the percent. And I was like, the more percent that I'm in easy, the more I'm winning, the better I'm doing. So on Thursday was a club run, and I messaged like the guy.
Easy with regards to pace or
zone 2,
heart
zone
zone, pace or heart rate.
Heart zone, zone
rate.
2 and below.
Yeah.
So message the guys like, right, I'm coming to club, but I really need to go slow and steady and keep it easy. And Amy said, run with me. I'll keep you, like, I'll hold you back. So I did. I stuck with Amy, and I managed 100% zone 2 or below.
Oh, you were close to getting into your zone 3 at one point.
I know.
I've just looped going uphill.
I probably stopped and stood still so that it didn't go in.
First mile, you're on 150. Looking at your heart rate zones, 150, 165 is zone 3. And then it drops down quite considerable. So you probably did stop. 80 goes down to 89.
Yeah, we probably had a muster. So normally at club runs, when it's a muster, if I can, I'll either try and run back.
Oh, you got those again. It's a good thing.
I got 15 minutes elapsed time, because it was like when we were waiting, was letting my heart rate come down. So yeah.
But I think that a lot of people. Well, I can remember having a conversation with you about it, Ben, before. And you've always said to you, if I can remember when I first started doing easy running, because before I met Ben, I wasn't 100% sure what easy running was and how to do it. You mentioned to me, if you get to a point of where you look at your watch and your heart rate's a certain number, stop and walk. And I think a lot of people don't do that. So I think it's a good point to make, that if you are easy running, and that's the true easy, is to stop and walk.
I think what you've got to look at is, the way I see it is with training plans, is each plan, each workout on the plan, whether that be an easy run, a session, interval session, strides, they're like bricks, and you're basically trying to lay as many bricks as you can. And I think if we plan an easy run, that's because we want to focus on building your aerobic endurance. If on that easy run we spend too much time in, let's say, what would be considered maybe a threshold heart rate or an anaerobic heart rate, we're not able to fully lay that brick down. And we're trying to build a foundation of endurance running at the moment for marathon training. I wouldn't say we need to obsess too much on heart rate, but what is really pleasing is that you're being really mindful about the fact that it should be an easy run and catching yourself. If you look at that run, the pacing was very consistent. Heart rate was really good. And it's when you start understanding what an easy run is and why you're doing an easy run, you're more likely to stick to it. And that's really key in a marathon training block, because one, we need to build that strong aerobic endurance foundation. And two, we need to make sure that we're doing the easy runs easy so that we're fresh for that hard session and that long run at the weekend, as we're going to start finding out. So I'm really pleased that you were very mindful, and that shows in that run.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more conscious. And as well, I notice when I do an easy run and I keep it more easy, that my recovery time... Have we lost Rob? Has he gone?
He's had enough.
That's all right. We'll carry on.
How is he going to get back in? He's the host. We'll just carry on without him. We don't need.
He's back.
We don't need him on this podcast anyway. Like, he doesn't have to be here, so we could carry on without him. He doesn't need to be. He's rubbish anyway. Oh, all right. I think.
Hi, Rob.
He dropped out, didn't?
I did drop out. Yeah, I'm back now. I heard everything, so don't worry.
Oh no!
You could do it. That's absolutely fine. I'll take a back seat. Absolutely no problem at all.
Well, I didn't say anything. I was really worried about you.
My honestly, my internet at the minute is absolutely shocking, and
we can tell.
I mentioned it to you last week, didn't I, Emma? My laptop is absolutely rubbish as well. I think I need a new laptop. So if anybody out there wants to sponsor us, Dell or Apple or anybody wants to sponsor the podcast and wants to give me a new laptop, more than happy to take.
You've got the most important job, so you definitely need a new laptop.
Are we going thirds on it then? Is that the plan?
No. It's your podcast.
Oh,
is it? Okay, thanks.
Right, I'll carry on. Anyway, Friday, track session. I enjoyed this, and I think because, like I was saying, with the easy running, my recovery time comes down quicker. So I was able to go into Friday track day feeling ready for it. So I went to Birchall. So those local will know this is a track in Leek, and it's where the Leek Park run is. So there's a tarmac track all the way around the edge of the field, but then there's like an athletics track in the middle. So it's really good because you can do your warm up and cool down on the tarmac track around the edge, but then you can get on the athletics one for your intervals. So I did enjoy it. So, I mean, I'll hand over to you, Ben. How did it do? I thought I did all right.
You don't get away with it that easy. I'm just correcting the course of the ship. You tell me.
I thought I did all right. Chris came down as I was doing this.
So what was the workout? Come on, talk people through it.
It was 3 times 400s. And then 6 times 200. So you had 15 minutes warm up, and then you had to go straight into the intervals, and you had, I think it was 1.5 minutes rest between each one. So where I went wrong, it was supposed to be a standing rest, but I walked. I didn't stand still. I admit to that. And then there was
it's not a major issue.
I didn't stand still. It's hard to stand still, I think. I did it around Westport.
Like start feeling like I was seizing up.
Yeah, I don't stand still when it says standing still. I always think when it says rest in recovery, I know it says standing still, but I can remember having a conversation with you, Ben. You remember you saying walking's fine.
Yeah, when I say standing recovery, I don't mean like you run and you stop and your arms are down by your side and you're not allowed to move. Standing recovery for me is finishing the interval and not feeling like you should be running. And also the aim is that we're peaking your heart rate. So we're basically producing lactate. And then what we're doing is we're allowing the heart rate to recover, and then we're going again. And the idea basically being is that the body becomes very efficient at removing all the nasties. So we're trying to basically force that to happen through these hard intervals and recovery periods, which is where some coaches will want you to do standing recoveries. Sometimes we'll do jog recoveries. We've done a mixture of both. But on this one and the shorter intervals, I don't want to put too much volume in. So we are doing standing recoveries. That just doesn't mean that's just not jogging, really. Walking's fine.
Yeah, I just walked around and waited for my watch to tell me to go, and then I went again. And then on the 6 200s, the second to last two, if that makes sense, were a bit quicker than the others. I don't know why. Well, I think it might be because Chris Turner came down and he was just watching me because he was resting ready for the ultra on Saturday. But when he was there and I was running around, he started cheering me, and it made me feel like I was an Olympic athlete and I had to go really fast because I had a little person cheering for me.
I mean, in terms of pacing, I like it. Your first rep, you've gone out, I would say, quite conservative, 8:03 per mile for the first one of the 400s. I think you found a nice consistent pacing. So you were 7:23 and 7:39 for the second two.
Yeah.
So really good consistent pacing across those. And then when we move into the 200s, they're even more consistent. I mean, your first two are both done at 7:15. And what we want to aim for when we're doing these shorter reps is we want to be nice and quick, nice and strong, nice and consistent across each of the intervals. And you've come within like a few seconds of each one. Your last one, your sixth, is 7:15, the same as the first two. And then your rep number 4 and 5 are bang on 7:06, so exactly the same. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing nice consistent pacing. We're not seeing that you've gone too hard. We're learning your body and what your body's telling you in terms of the pacing, and we're maintaining that pace. So it shows that we're not like going too hard and then dying, and your body is becoming accustomed to running quite quick. So that means you're developing good running economy. So that old saying that, you know, you're only as strong as your last rep, you've maintained it all the way through. And I think it's mission accomplished on that workout.
I'm really starting to enjoy the intervals and enjoying getting onto track, and whether that's going to Birchall in the day or going to Northwood in an evening, I am enjoying having
it's
that
variety. It's a variety. I think it's because you're so used to doing easy runs and marathon, well, not so much marathon pace, but easy running and potentially racing. So you're either going slow or fast, or part run where you sometimes go fast, sometimes go slow. Whereas I like to look at my watch, and my watch is telling you, right, you've got 10 seconds left until you have to go fast again, or you've got 10 seconds left, you've got to go slow again. And I like that variety. So I think that's the main. I presume that's what's you.
Yeah, it's structure as well. It's having a structured session that you can go in. You know, you've got to do it. You can't stop. You've got to keep going. It's like when Chris,
and it feels like you've done a workout as well.
Yeah, when Chris got there, I was like, I've got 30 seconds and I've got to run. So I'd chat to him for 30 seconds, then I'd sprint off, and then I'd come back round and talk to him for 30 seconds and go again.
Yeah.
So that was Friday. So also on Friday, I did an extra 2.5K in a couple of hours later. So Kelly and Leanne from Biddulph Running Club were out doing their longest run as part of their marathon block. So they were doing a 16-mile run, and I just wanted to run out and run them in on their last little bit. So it was dead easy, dead steady. Just ran out and ran them back into the pub, just because I wanted to. So I hope that's okay.
Just because I wanted to.
I love how she always keeps saying, just because I wanted to. I hope that's okay.
I just thought it was a nice thing to do, and I thought that they might really enjoy a little pick up at the end when they had that last little bit to get through. Because they didn't know I was coming, I surprised them. Saturday morning, I went to the running room. So this is another gym, another different one. You might have been here, Rob. It's Apex in Tunstall. Have you been in there?
No, I don't think I have.
So there's a session there on Saturday morning that's called the running room, and it is a workout specifically designed for runners. So there's a lot of like single leg work, working on all the movements for runners. So I found it really educational and I just really enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to be trying to go to that as often as I can.
Don't you do enough?
I'm just learning, aren't I? And you say I need to do the strength work, so that's what we're doing.
I think she's doing the strength work for me. So that's what she's doing. She goes to these different things, so I don't have to.
No, I mean, joking aside, I think it's really good because your CrossFit stuff will give you a lot of barbell work, which is really good for compound moves, especially if you're doing things like deadlifts and squats and stuff like that. But then if you're at the running room, as it's called, doing lots of single leg work, like you can't do anything better for runners and strength. You can't do anything better than single leg work because running's like done 50% on one leg, 50% on the other, if you think about it. So we need to make sure that you're doing lots of that. So that's good, actually. Really good.
Yeah.
Where is that there? In Tunstall, did you say?
Yeah, in Tunstall. So single leg broad jump, single leg pogos, single leg glute bridges, lots of stuff like that. So like I said, I found it really educational as well because Mike, the coach, he was explaining the importance of everything as we were doing it. Really, really enjoyed that. Then on the plan for Saturday was 60 minutes steady. Now, this is where I didn't do what was on the plan because I went to Chester to support the ultra runners. I did run. I did lots of running. There's running that I haven't even Stravaed. Did loads of running out, and running back in.
Whoa.
She did the 50 miles just in Strawberry.
I might as well have done it.
A couple of things to unpack from there. Like, this is where I just didn't do what was on the plan. Not like you. I did lots of running, even some that I didn't Strava. So she was supposed to do 60 minutes steady. I'm counting here 3 separate runs, 4, 5, 6, 7, call it 8 miles, call it over 40, 50, 60, 70, call it 90 minutes. That's just what was Stravaed.
You should have said that. You should have said that what was Stravaed is what I did. You shot yourself in the foot before you started speaking.
So before we go into your analysis of your Saturday, the purpose of Saturday's 60 minutes steady being faster than easy.
Why was it to fatigue your legs before Sunday?
It was, Rob. It was to fatigue your legs.
Do I get a bonus point for that?
Absolutely. It was fatiguing your legs just nicely. But, we've mixed up the ingredients and we've put it into the oven for a little bit. No, we're making some bread. We've kneaded the dough. We put it in a bowl. We put a tea towel over it. We've stuck it in the airing cupboard. That's what you were doing on Saturday. But you didn't put yours in the airing cupboard. No, you put yours in the oven.
I did get fatigue because I did loads of running. I did more.
No, there's a difference. Have you ever made bread, Emma?
No.
So when you make bread, you need the dough. You put it in a bowl. You put a tea towel and you put it in the airing cupboard because the heat makes the dough rise. It makes a nice bread dough. You don't put it straight in the oven. You put it straight in the oven. You've overcooked it.
I'm not with you. I'm not.
You got too much fatigue.
Yeah, you got too. That's too much because 60 minutes steady. You were doing probably looking at your pace. You probably wasn't steady with 20, but you were doing.
Well, it wasn't steady
on feet,
but there was more time on feet.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter, Rob, because she didn't do what was on the plan on Sunday anyway. But we'll come to that in a minute. So carry on.
But anyway, on Saturday, I just want to say I had a really, really good day. So I appreciate I didn't do what was on the plan, but I feel like what I got out of it in terms of the feeling of supporting my friends doing their ultra, that just the feeling was incredible. And like seeing them in their time of need and going and providing them with that support that they wouldn't have had if I wasn't there. It was just great. There was a few runners from Biddulph out on course and Chris was out as well. And just seeing them all, it was just great. Definitely recommend doing that to anybody. Loved it. Loved every minute of it.
And I think that is what running's about, joking aside. So well done for you for doing that. But Chris, Jack,
Mark, Becca and Lee.
Congratulations. Very good stuff. And anyone else that did Chester 50?
Yeah.
Andrew Farrell did it from Run Stretch Succeed. Did you see him?
No, I didn't, surprisingly. But I think because I was just so focused on the guys that I was there to support, I wasn't really looking for anyone else.
I know that he did it and he really enjoyed it. I think he's doing Chester 100 as well.
Yeah.
I think he said he's doing.
And then coming on to Sunday, I don't know where to start. I can't remember what was on the plan. I went
would you like me to remind you?
Yes, please.
So what we need to do is you can go back and listen to last week's episode for anybody that wants proof of this. We talked about the fact that we're really starting to up the mileage, and it's really important that we're increasing the mileage going into Manchester. And the purpose of Emma's long run this weekend, or just weekend just gone, was to do a long run. And not only do a long run, but do a long run with marathon paced effort. But Emma, being Emma and having FOMO, signed up to a race that nobody else was at, I don't think, or was it?
There was quite a lot of Biddle people there.
Oh, so it was down to FOMO.
Yeah,
it was. I don't think it was FOMO. I think it was more to do because what she said last week on the podcast. I'm backing you up here. What she said on the podcast is that she signed up for Chester, decided that Chester wasn't a logical and reasonable thing to do whilst marathon training. So she wanted the feeling of finishing a race. That's why she booked Nantwich 10K.
True. Thank you.
Fair enough. FOMO, however you want to dress it up. FOMO. She decided that she was going to do it. And I said, it's not ideal because if you go and do a race, the likelihood is you won't do the long mileage that we want to happen. I'll make you a deal. You can go and you should do a minimum of 30 minutes warm up so we get some good mileage. How long was your warm up?
About 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. Fantastic.
Yeah, 5 minutes 34 seconds.
That's not even a warm up. That's
my kind of warm up.
Then we would, after the 30 minutes warm up, would go and do a hard 10K. Now I'm not going to take anything away from you. You can tell everybody what happened in the 10K because it's very impressive. But after your 10K, and I message this, don't stand around for too long because I need you to go and do your marathon paced effort straight away. You've got the fatigue in the legs and you're going to go and do your marathon paced work.
You said yes to that as well last
She said yes to it. Emma basically then went and did her 10K, sent us a picture. Again, I'll let you explain why. And the message I sent back was, well done, but you shouldn't be standing around. You haven't got time. And then she disappeared for about 4 hours, didn't she, off the WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
Take it away. Tell us what happened.
So I got to Nantwich and I was a little bit late and I hadn't got my bib and I hadn't been for a wee. So I only had time for a 5-minute warm up because I had to do all of the other stuff. And obviously that's important that you need to get your bib, and I needed to have a week because you have to have a week before we do a race. So I did a warm up, but I only had time to do a really small one.
It's not even going to get warm though, is it? It's not even getting you warm. It's just
we're not. No, Rob's right. We're not classing that as a warm up. That's not a warm up.
That's my excuse anyway. So I did that, and on the way to Nantwich, Dan came with me, and we gave another run to Tony a lift in the car. I said to them both, I'll be happy if I get under 50 minutes because I'm really tired. I've been doing a lot. I've not rested properly since I got back from Australia. So I'll just be happy if I do sub 50 because that's a hard effort, sub 50.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. So I positioned myself on the start line in between the 55-minute pacer and the 50-minute pacer. And I just thought, we'll just see what happens. Within the first 2K, I'd caught up the 50-minute pacer. So I was already ahead of him because I caught him up. So I didn't start with him. And then I thought, right, let's just sit with him because we're already ahead of him. But if I sit with him, then I know I'm sub 50. And it just felt too easy. It felt fine. So I thought, right, I'll get ahead of him a little bit. I got ahead of him and I just felt good. Felt absolutely fine. It was a funny sensation because I was looking at the other women in front of me and I was like, right, I'll tick them off. So I go into this state of Pac-Man when I'm doing a race, and when there's women, I just go in.
It's not competitive.
No.
Go and tick them off, and that's what I was doing. And I remember getting to a hill and overtaking two ladies on this hill, and there's a guy running next to me, and he just turned to me and went, "Wow, you're strong on the hills." And I was like, is it actually a hill? This isn't actually.
I was going to say,
is it
because looking at the elevation, it's
Yeah.
not flat. I wouldn't say it's flat, but it's not hilly. Because I've seen a lot of people have got 10k PBs at Nantwich this weekend. Because I suppose it was quite nice weather as well, wasn't it, on the Sunday?
Yeah.
So
it's just got little banks.
Little
I would call them a little bank.
Rob's had enough again.
Has he?
Rob's what?
Hello? What's going on?
It's breaking up a little bit there. Hello? Am I back?
I'm still here.
No, I'm still here. Go on, carry on.
I don't know what happened then.
We're not doing Tuesdays. We're going back to Mondays. This is not
Tuesdays
right.
the problem.
Anyway, I got to 5k and I looked at my watch and my watch said 24:24. So I knew at that point that if I just opened it up a little bit more, that I would PB, because my previous PB was 48:39. So I just thought, you know what? I feel good. Let's just go for it. I've got 5k to go. I feel fine. Let's go for it and see what happens. With the thought that I'd be happy if I got like second or third fastest 10k. But then when I went over the line and I looked at my watch, and my watch said 47, I think it was 39, something like that. I was like, I've PB'd. I didn't mean to PB, but I've PB'd. And I remember sending Jack a video note going, I think I've PB'd. And I'd like having a little cry, being an emotional wreck. But my Strava wouldn't load, so I didn't know. I was like, I think I've PB'd, but I don't know if I've PB'd. And I'm classing it as an accidental PB. But the intention was to just go and run it in under 50 minutes and then go straight into the other run. But with all the excitement of PBing and everything that was going on, I just got carried away. And then I realised, I've got to go and run again. But then it was, I better get home, not do it here. So when I went home, and then I thought I should probably have a little bit of
hand signals from Ben to whoa.
The way that you've just said no. The way you've gone wrong is you've not even planned it to do the run straight off. Because the way you've just said that was, I better go home and not do it. You had no intention of doing the marathon pace miles directly after that race, for what you've just said.
No, if I hadn't have PB'd it, I would have. But because
I thought you'd give somebody a lift. Are they going to have to wait for you to do another? No,
they were going to do it with me.
Oh,
they were going to do it with me.
I was going to say, because it's a bit unfair. I'm just going to go and do another hour's run. I'll see you in a bit.
There was two options. They were either going to do it with me, or they were going to go and have a coffee and something to eat with Dan. And also, Dan had also brought his running stuff in case he wanted to do it with me. So I can show you the evidence. I've got messages to that effect as well. I sent them the plan. I was like, you can have a lift, but I've got to do this after. And they were
We're not in a court of law. Don't worry. It's not a court of law. We don't need evidence.
So I did.
What thought process is that if I didn't PB, I would have done it, but because I PB'd.
When I PB'd, then I got too excited and I forgot.
And did what?
Celebrated.
How?
By taking lots of pictures and talking to everybody and telling everybody, and having some more pictures. And then we're running out of time for Rob.
Again, this is every time you go first.
That's why I was like, are you sure you want me to go first? Anyway, I got home and then I was like,
full this week, so don't worry.
I thought, right, I've got to go and do another 10k. And I did it. I just had a coffee when I got home because I was so tired. Had a coffee, that was it. And then Dan came with me and I did it at marathon pace. And you said something along the lines of, you'll feel a little bit tired. And I was like, well, I'm extremely tired.
The reason you probably actually felt more tired than what you would have done if you'd have done it straight away, because your body has started to recover too much. And when it is trying to recover, it basically has to work really hard. Now, if you'd have gone and done your run 10K and then gone and done the marathon, you'd have found it really easy. But the thing is, marathon pace should be quite easy. It's an accumulation of marathon pace that is quite hard. So the whole idea of doing the hard 10K and then doing the marathon pace was to really put that fatigue in, because we don't want to test it over 26 miles in training, because we just can't. It's to put a hard 10K in, like 6 miles or whatever, an hour, however long, and then go and do it. I could have told you, I think, that you're probably in kind of PB 10K shape anyway, because you've built a really good.
I was there.
Well, you've built a really good endurance base with all the training you've been doing. You've been doing consistent 1 to 2 sessions a week where we've done lots of speed training, and you're running really well. So I think it kind of, congratulations about your 10K PB, by the way.
It's a really good time as
because
well. Really good time.
It's a very good time, and it is really nice. It's a good confidence boost because it has gone and done a real good thing. It's showing that your fitness is improving. So we can't take that away, and we should be really confident with that. But the kind of downfall, if we're marathon training and being probably overly critical, is that we haven't got that long run.
Yeah.
And that's the risk of doing races at the wrong time in plans and not doing that part. I'm glad and very happy that you went out and still did your miles, because most people would have gone, oh, I've got a 10K PB, I'll go and celebrate. Let's sit on the sofa, jump in the hot tub, glass of Prosecco, whatever. I'm reckoning she probably did that though, Rob, and then went out.
She gave that. What she did is she sent Dan out with 2 watches, one for him and one for her.
I just saw the look on her face
that she did it.
Because I did celebrate after the second 10K, but I did the second one first at marathon pace, so I prioritised.
But
can I just give a shout out to Michelle Brough as well? Like Michelle Brough did Nantwich, and she paced, and she got, I think she was pacing 1 hour and 5, and she got 1 hour 4 minutes and 55 seconds, which is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So well done. I know she's on the YouTube as well, so well done, Michelle.
Very, very good. Fantastic. I think you've done a good workout. I'd like it to have been in one block, but I can't take too much away because you have PB to 10K, and that's an incredible feeling. And it will have given you a lot of confidence. What we absolutely need to do, though, is get this tasty run done at the weekend.
The big tasty.
The big tasty.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
The big tasty with all the sauce.
I've got a plan for that, but I'll save that for next week. I'll wait and see.
Grade? It's going to have to be a C.
Okay.
But a C with extra comments of congratulations with a good PB. But we need to really start focusing now.
It's a C, but could have. What he says is it's a C, but could have been an A. That's what it is.
Yeah, imagine doing a 10K PB and go and executing that killer long run in one block. That would have been oof. But well done. We need to start focusing on this plan now.
I know I was on my period and you gave me a C. That's horrible.
Oh, don't give me that one. I'm not having all. I'm not
moving on.
Hating
anyway,
on
moving on. I'll do mine now. I'll do
sorry.
mine. So last Monday, I'll be quick. Mine was non-eventful, really. Last Monday,
non-eventful or very accurate, Rob?
Well, we'll see. We'll see at the end of it. So last Monday, there was nothing on my plan last Monday. So doing the couch to 5K, I did a couch to 5K pre 5K. So I did a 5K beforehand, easy paced out at 10:23 per mile, and then I went out and did the couch to 5K with the Stoke Fit crew, getting really close to their graduation. They're doing on the 14th, so this is their second to last week. They're up to 25 minutes continuous. Last week, 28 minutes today. On Monday, didn't have opportunity to go out with them last night, but they're up to 28 minutes, and they're all absolutely smashing it. So, congratulations to them. Looking forward to the graduation. On the Tuesday, again, nothing on my plan, so I went out and did a swim. in the afternoon, 30-minute swim. Really enjoyed that again.
Back in the pool, eh?
Yeah, back in the pool. And I did a 3-mile run, so just 30 minutes easy. Wednesday, there was a rest day, which is usual on my weeks as a Wednesday as a rest day. So I went out and went for a walk with the dog. Recorded that just to, because I always forget to set my watch to do. I always set it if I'm going out for a walk at work, bizarrely, but never when I take the dog out for a walk. So I'm going to start doing it. So I took the dog out for a walk. And then Thursday was a threshold session. Before I go on to that, really nice to see James Mitchell out and about, getting his runs done. He is back from injury and getting out and doing a lot of running.
Good on him.
Yeah, massive shout out to James. Threshold session 400 and 200s, exactly the same. Sounds exactly, I don't know if it is, but it sounds exactly the same as what Emma did. Again, pacing. I enjoyed it. I love going down by Goosepooney area, Hanley Forest Park, just because of the scenery. It's lovely, really nice. Vague smell.
A lot of geese that you have to shoo out of the way.
There are occasionally. When I went out yesterday, I had to shoo them out of the way, but not always. It depends what time of day you go down. I can't remember what time of day I went out when I did this. A vague smell of weed when you run past the tents that are fishing. Yeah, when people are fishing there, the smell of weed as you run past them.
So which part? Hanley Forest Park?
Hanley Forest Park, yeah. So it's banging.
That Potters Off goes through?
Yeah,
we need to get an update on Potters Off.
Yeah, I'll get in contact with them, see what's happening with it, because they've not put anything out. A lot of people have been mentioning it, actually, so we'll get in contact with them.
I'd like to know.
But yeah, pacing, I think I did okay. Similar to what Emma said, the standing I couldn't really do. I was walking. Got quicker on the 400s, and again, quicker on the 200s.
You've really developed a good pace.
I know.
Short distance.
Maybe your PB ready.
It was doing 6:30, 6:20, wow. 6:18.
The thing is, the thing is, I've got long legs, Anna, so I can get good pace. I've got long legs. I'm very quick over short distances. I can be very, very quick. I'm not built for long distances. I might go into sprinting instead of doing the marathons.
I remember when we did strides at Cannock Chase, so I was a bit surprised how fast he was, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not being big-headed, but I am quite fast because I've got long legs. And I genuinely,
we did the Staff Smalling session, and I was like, you're loads faster than me. You remember? And I was like, but
it's over short distances. I am. It's just if I go any fast, if I have to go any further than a couple of K, that's when it starts dropping off. But I enjoyed it. I really do. Like we said, the variety of it. I really enjoy the variety of it. And looking at your watch and thinking, oh, what's next? And you know what's next because you know what's pre-planned. But looking at, okay, I've got 10 seconds left. Right, I need to push them, do a bit more. But yeah. I enjoyed that session, really enjoyed it, and it is my favourite session of the week, actually.
Yeah.
And then the day after, on the 20th, and that was on the same day, I went out to dog for a walk. 45 minutes easy on Friday, I want to say. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah. So 60 steady on Saturday.
Yeah, 45 minutes steady. Did 48 minutes, so a little bit over. As calculated, getting back again. Then on Saturday, went out and did the Couch to 5K with Stoke Fit. Before, really steady. Text yourself, Ben, just to say, do it. Shall I not do the 60 and do like 30 minutes steady? But you said, well, I'd already gone out by the time I'd already done it by the time he texted me back. I'd already done the 60 steady, so I took it upon myself to just do the 60 steady anyway. And then you came back and said, yeah, I'd do the 60 steady.
Very honest of you to admit that that's what you've done.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I thought to myself, well, it's 30 minutes. I did 30 minutes with Stoke Fit, and it was really, really easy. Really, really easy.
The emphasis was on the steady, though. So you've done the right thing.
And I went out and thought, well, I'm going to go out and do 60 steady. So I went out and did 60 steady straight after. Well, actually, I was going to go and do it straight after, but I needed to go home because I needed a poo. Being honest with you. I needed to go home, so I went home and had a poo first, and then went out. And then on the Sunday, my longest run in a long while,
I messaged him. Must have been about 7:30, 8:00.
I've been out and done
8:30.
it. Yeah.
I said, "Oh, you're looking forward to?" We had a bit of message exchange. I said, "Are you looking forward to your long run?" He's like, "I've already done it." I was like, "What? What?"
I was up at 6.
So you up at 6?
No, I was up at 6:15. I was out the door for 6. I was up about 6:15. I had a couple of pieces, and I had a couple of bagels because I was going to Birmingham for a birthday party, and the birthday party started at 11:30. So I knew I had to be on the road for about 9:30 to get there in time to help to set up. So I thought I'm going to get out and just go and do it because I know for a fact if we go to Birmingham and then I get back, I won't want to do it because I'll be full of party food and it'll be late. So I thought I'm going to get up at 6. Well, get out the house for 6 and get it done.
Where did you go? What was your
down
route?
the canal? Down the canal.
Was it dark?
Yes.
Were you scared?
No.
He's 7 foot, man.
No, I'm not scared.
But this is the problem that I have because
I can imagine.
Me going out, I couldn't go on a canal or the tracks at 6 o'clock.
There was nobody out. There was literally nobody out. I didn't see anybody.
I'd be absolutely terrified doing that on my own.
Yeah, I didn't see. To be honest with you, I was going to take a light, but I completely forgot my light. So I went because it was 30 minutes easy to start with. By that point, it was getting a bit lighter, so I was okay on the canals. I thought to myself, if I go down the canal straight away, I'm in the canal because it was really, really dark. So I just thought, well, I'll run around a little bit. Then I went. It's probably would have been good. I could have done my swimming instead, but I went out and did that. So then did me marathon blocks. Felt okay. Really enjoyed it. Again, had to stop halfway for the toilet. It's becoming a theme. Fortunately, I knew there was on the canal, there's a rest station for the barges. So I knew there was a toilet there. So I got to that and I stopped.
They're normally locked though, aren't they?
Yeah. Fortunately, they weren't today or that day. And I got in, went to the toilet and then carried on. And I did all my training for London Marathon down the canal. So it was quite nice actually just to do and get to, because I can always remember getting to certain points in my training and thinking, well, I know that's 7 mile. I know that's 8 mile. If I go back now, I'll get back in time and stuff. And I think I did it pretty bang on. I didn't have to do any extra bits at the end or anything. And the marathon
got the same
pace,
plan for this Sunday?
20 mile. I don't know I can't remember what it is. It's 20 miles in total, I think.
You have got the same long run this weekend.
Well, we might touch base then and see if we can do that together because I need to do it early. And I don't want to do it on my own.
I don't know if I'll be doing that. We can talk about it. I'm not sure. I don't need to be out of the house for anything, but we can have a look at it. But yeah, so I was happy with the pacing. 9:09 is 4 hour. I don't think we're going to get it, but we're not going on to that because we talked about it a lot last week. But I was able to maintain that pace. I enjoyed the 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. That was interesting down the canal in darkness and the canal being full of puddles because there was loads of puddles everywhere because it chucked down with rain. But it was good. I really enjoyed it. And I think I'm not sure about the pace. The pacing for the marathon was okay, but I'm not sure about the pacing for the 5K pace.
It was a well executed long
run. Dodging the puddles. So.
It's a well executed long run. The pace on the 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, it's irrelevant really. That's kind of a guide as to what you want to be aiming at. Again, it's about putting that fatigue in. It's spiking the heart rate to get into that long run at marathon pace, and you've maintained a really good marathon pace. And I think to briefly touch on whether you can achieve a sub 4 at Manchester, it'll be this weekend's long run that kind of gives us that indication.
Yeah, it was hard. With fatigued legs as well. And I said that to you when you asked me how it was. With fatigued legs, It was hard to keep that pace. But I was able to. But again, I don't know. I don't know why. I've got
and it's the whole point of it, really.
7 weeks.
Yeah, you've put a good workout together. We've got some long runs in. We need to get 20 miles this week, probably a slightly lower the week after, another 20 miler. And keep that specific pace going. But we're in good shape. We're in very good shape with both here, but well executed long run, Silito.
Thank you. I really genuinely enjoyed it. I was knackered for the rest of the day because we were up at 6 and traveling to Birmingham, and I was helping Trevor to host the birthday party with 40 4-year-olds.
Oh wow!
Trying to organise them.
I'd rather run 20 miles.
Yeah, trying to organise them. There was superheroes and princesses, so they were dressed up as Elsa, dressed up as Spider-Man. We were doing games. But I enjoyed it. It was good. And then came home and just chilled. It was good. It was a good day, really good day. And it felt, for the first time, I don't know if this is bizarre, but for the first time, it feels like I'm training for a marathon, if that makes sense, because the long runs are coming. And I don't feel like when I first ever did a marathon, I was looking at the distances and thinking, ooh, Jesus Christ, I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. I'm actually looking forward to doing the longer runs. I'm not sure about the times to get the longer runs to done on a Sunday. I'm not sure Laura will be very impressed with me being out for hours on end, but I'll have to do what I did on Sunday and go out early and get it done. So
I'll need to go out early this Sunday. My worry is where I live, route planning, being in the dark, no street lights, no pavements, hills, elevation. So I need to have a good think over the next couple of days.
Come down the canal. Because
if you're there, then I will, but I'm not doing a canal on my
Yeah.
own.
I can understand. I can completely appreciate that. I can completely appreciate. There was literally nobody on the canal, but you never know who's going to be there.
I know. I'd just be scared of anything. It's not a person. I'd be scared of my own shadow. So.
Yeah. There was one goose that wouldn't get out my way. It was a right stubborn little thing. I was like running up to it. Normally they just move out of the way, but then all of a sudden it just stayed. I was like, so it just had to dodge.
Rest in peace, goose.
Yeah. What happened to the goose?
I just dodged it and swore at it and carried on. So yeah, that was my week. Yesterday went out. Couldn't go with Couch to 5K, unfortunately, because my aunt is over from Ireland again. My uncle's funeral's tomorrow. So couldn't go out to Couch to 5K. Couldn't go to my sister's house for tea. See my auntie. So we did 45 minutes easy on my own around Forest Park. And then today was total rest day. And Ben said I could go out and do a bit of cross training. So I went out and did a 30-minute swim, continuous. It's the longest swim I've done.
Oh, I thought you said not to swim.
No, I asked if I could go swimming. She said swimming's fine, but nothing else.
It's proof that Emma reads none of the messages I say.
You know what? I've had such a busy day. You've probably noticed I've been really slow at replying today, but I'm just not.
So, so that's my training.
I thought the message said no swimming, no gym.
Swimming okay.
Is fine, but no running or gym.
Yeah.
That's all I saw. No, and running or gym.
I read the message because I suppose I sent the message.
I think you had
I wanted to get the message.
I gave it a thumbs up.
I think you had a very good week, Silito.
Thank you.
Very good week.
I have. I know I have. I'm not being big-headed, but I have. I know I have.
I'm going to stick to my word, and I don't give these out lightly. But I said it to you on Sunday. You get an A for that.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm happy. I'm like I say, I genuinely feel like I am getting somewhere with the running. Genuinely feel I'm getting somewhere with the swimming today. Really enjoyed the swim today. Still haven't been out on my bike. The weather's not been the best. Today's been lovely weather.
Yeah.
I could have probably gone out on my bike today, but I went swimming instead. So hopefully this week's going to be a good week for weather-wise. So hopefully I might get out on one of my 3 bikes.
You've had a good week. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, we've lost Ben. Where's he gone? We've lost him. Ben has stopped recording. Something went wrong and they're not recording anymore. Everyone else is still recording. Ask Ben to refresh and then rejoin from a regular browser, not incognito. I suppose there's nothing else to say because we've done our training weeks. We're on 1 hour and 3 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know we haven't been that interactive on the YouTube today. Like I say, we are thinking potentially of recording on a Tuesday. Hope that is okay with other people for the YouTube live. It looks like it because we've got a good number of people in the YouTube. It works well with me, Ben, and Emmy. So hopefully we'll do Tuesday. Makes me and my life a little bit difficult because I have to put the podcast ready for 5 of the listeners back on for the Wednesday. And Ben is joining again. So let's let Ben in. There it is. And on that note, we will see you all later.
See you later. Bye.
We finished, Ben. Sorry, we rounded up. I've given Emma an A for this week. She's given me an A as well. So.
First time for everything.
A-star, I gave you A-star.
So we're just saying that hopefully Tuesday is going to be the new day for recording the Couch to Coach podcast.
Well, not if this happens. I just my power cut out, and now it then come back on, and I lost the all connection of everything.
We'll see. We might change it to a Tuesday. We might keep it as a Monday. But on that note, we will see you all later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.